As a 49ers fan, this right here is one of those moments where you just stop and think, okay, something's about to shift. You can feel it. The defense, the identity, the way this team wants to play moving forward. It's all at a crossroads right now. We all watched last season knowing something was missing. You could see the effort, you could see young guys fighting. But when it mattered most, there was just a gap. And now, with changes happening behind the scenes, there's a real chance for this team to address one of its biggest weaknesses in a way that actually makes sense. Something happened that could quietly end up being way more important than people realize. It's not flashy yet, it's not official on the field, but if it plays out the right way, it could completely change how this defense looks next season. And yeah, it involves a familiar connection and a very specific need we all know this team has. Before we get into it, real quick, if you're a true 49ers fan who lives and dies with this team like I do, go ahead and tap that like button, consider subscribing. This channel is brand new. We're pushing toward our first goal of 500 subscribers, and this is just fans talking ball, no fluff, no fake hype. Let's talk about what this could really mean for the 49ers, because this makes a lot of sense when you really break it down. First things first, San Francisco 49ers officially moving toward bringing in Raheem Morris as defensive coordinator is a big deal by itself. This isn't just a random hire. This is Kyle Shanahan going back to someone he trusts, someone who understands his philosophy, and someone who's been around elite defenses in this league. But here's the thing, Morris isn't just bringing ideas. He potentially brings connections. And when you look at where this roster is hurting the most, one position screams for help: the defensive line. Last season was rough. There's no other way to say it. The defense finished near the bottom of the league in basically every meaningful efficiency metric. EPA per play? Bottom tier. Success rate? Bottom tier. And yeah, injuries absolutely crushed this unit, but that doesn't excuse what happened up front. Once Nick Bosa went down with the ACL, the pass rush just disappeared. It was painful to watch. Only the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers had a worse pressure rate than the Niners. 16.7%. That's brutal. 20 total sacks. Dead last in the NFL. That's not a playoff caliber number, that's a rebuild number. And it wasn't just pass rush. When Michael Williams went down with his torn ACL, the run defense collapsed too. Suddenly teams were leaning on us, controlling the clock, and bullying the line of scrimmage. That's not 49ers football. Now you look at the current roster situation, and it gets even more interesting. Guys like Yetur Gross-Matos, Jordan Elliott, Kevin Givens, and Clelin Ferrell are all headed toward unrestricted free agency. That's a lot of snaps potentially walking out the door. So yeah, the 49ers are absolutely going to emphasize the defensive front this offseason, and this is where the connection to Atlanta matters. One name that really stands out is Arnold Ebiketi from the Atlanta Falcons. This isn't random speculation. Ebiketi fits exactly what the 49ers look for in edge rushers from an athletic standpoint. Long arms, explosive get-off, power through contact. Coming out of Penn State, his testing numbers were elite: 91st percentile vertical, 96th percentile broad jump. That burst shows up on tape. Production-wise, he's been solid. 6 sacks in 2023, 6 sacks again in 2024, and yeah, only 2.5 sacks in 2025. But this is where context matters. His pass rush win rate was 16.8%, which tied him for 14th among edge defenders with at least 100 pass rush snaps. That tells you he's still winning reps, even if the sack numbers didn't explode. When you watch his film, you see a guy who can win with speed, convert that speed to power, and still bend the edge when he needs to. He's not just a straight-line rusher, and while he's not known as some elite run defender, he only had one missed tackle against the run last season. 1. After watching this defense struggle to set the edge without Bosa and Williams, that matters. Let's be clear though, Ebiketi wouldn't be coming in to replace anyone. This would be about depth and rotation. The 49ers desperately need someone who can spell Bosa, who can keep the pass rush alive when the starters come out, and who doesn't completely crater the defense when injuries hit. We saw what happens when that depth isn't there. And here's the part I really like as a fan. Because his sack numbers dipped, he might actually be affordable. This wouldn't be some massive, risky contract. It's a smart football move. High upside, scheme fit, coach familiarity, and a clear role. In a rotational pass-rushing role, with Morris designing pressures and Bosa drawing attention on the other side, Ebiketi could absolutely thrive. So when you step back and look at it, a reunion between Raheem Morris and Arnold Ebiketi just feels logical. It helps the player, it helps the coach implement his system faster, and it helps a defense that has to get better if this team is serious about contending again. Bottom line, the 49ers are still in a Super Bowl window. But that window only stays open if the defense gets fixed, especially up front. Moves like this aren't flashy, but they're the kind of decisions that separate contenders from pretenders. Now I want to hear from you. Would you like this move? Do you think Ebiketi is the kind of depth piece this pass rush needs? Or do you want to see the front office swing bigger? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and drop a comment. Let's talk it out. And if you're a 49ers fan who wants real, honest opinions from someone who lives this team, subscribe to 49ers Nation Report. The channel's brand new, we're chasing our first 500 subscribers, and every real fan who joins means a lot. We're just getting started.